no, don't think I need anything at all.
Good morning. It's Saturday, April 22nd, 2017. If you don't know about Skaggs Springs Road, but you've wanted to check it out, I'm going to be doing it today as a solo cyclist. If this is your first time doing it, definitely ride with someone else. Make sure you bring plenty of spare tubes, tools. This is the first of the major climbing. If you're going to go this route, if you're going to go from Cazadero, a lot of people start from Healdsburg and go the counterclockwise direction. Okay, so here we are at the top of the first climb. Okay, so you'll know you're at the top when you see this little KOM line. So yeah, that first climb, so I kind of consider that first climb to be the hardest. It's actually pretty steep. I was looking at my Garmin and I think there's several sections that are 14%. The top of King Ridge, this is sort of like rolling terrain, and then we'll get to Tin Barn Road and make a right there, and that'll drop us down, or we'll be doing a little climbing there, and then that'll drop us down into the Kashaya Rancheria. And then we go down Skaggs Springs Road. We'll go down the Rancheria wall, which if you go the way I'm going, you don't have to go up it, and that's always that's one of the good things. Hey guys, how are you today? Favorite spots on King Ridge Road. Anyway. Okay, so we are now at the top of King Ridge Road, and we have to make a decision. This is kind of your last chance. Well, this is your second to last chance to bail out. So if you come up to this intersection here at Tin Barn Road, you can see that is Hauser Bridge Road that way, and that is Tin Barn Road that way. If you take that road, Hauser Bridge, you can go back down to the coast. You'll drop down, you'll cross a little bridge, and then climb back up to Seaview Road, and then you can head south on Highway. You can stay on Seaview Road or head south on Highway 1. So we're at an hour and 31 minutes, and total climbing is just a touch over 3,000 feet. The next junction is the Kashaya Rancheria, which will be the intersection of Tin Barn Road and Skaggs Springs Road. Okay, so here we are. We're in the Kashaya Rancheria, and we're coming up to Stewart's Point, Skaggs Springs Road. So if you go left here, you can get to Stewart's Point. It's approximately 5 miles. And if you go right, you're gonna go, this is the last of your bailout options. This area can get really, really hot in the summertime, especially as you get further down the road towards Healdsburg. It just turns into an oven out here. Right now we're in the redwoods. I don't know if you can see those, but we're kind of going along the creek here, the Gualala River. It's beautiful right now after all the rain, and you can see the road's still a little damp today. We had some rain over the week. Oh yes, here it is, the only water stop on Skaggs. Oh, these people are so nice putting this in here. Gosh, it's such a perfect day. You know, you don't get conditions like this very often. So I wanted to show you this. This is pretty cool. So there's this little bucket here, and if you look at it, there's this plastic bucket, and inside, this is so awesome. So you can read that. But check this out: tubes, first aid kit. There's probably some power bars in there. Okay, so we just left the rest stop. From here, sorry, I'm eating a banana. So from here, it's 38 miles to Healdsburg. There's 3 major climbs coming up. I'd say the next 5 to 8 miles or so from here is kind of mostly level, kind of a little slight uphill. But after that, there's a nice climb, probably one of the nicest climbs I can think of in Sonoma County. This is about 7% grade. I've been on the bike now for 2 hours and 45 minutes. This is the sweet spot because I'm warmed up and I've been riding for, I've got about 4,700 feet of climbing already in my legs today. And we're getting ready to do the bulk of the remaining part of the climbing. I don't know, you can't see, but I have a slight tailwind going up this climb. So, conditions are perfect. I wouldn't expect that if you're gonna come out here on a random day, but today was lucky. Today I'm lucky. So anyway, I've got another about 3,200 feet of climbing ahead of me. Being out here on the climbs is great. You get to slow down and look at things and feel that you're part of being outdoors. There's not as much wind blowing on your face, and it's just so quiet and peaceful. Haven't really seen too many cars today. There were a bunch of motorcycle riders going the other direction. Taking this route clockwise and starting from Cazadero is you kind of get all the climbing behind you. You come into the climbs fresh and feeling good. So mentally, that's a huge advantage. If you look over there, that's south. That is King Ridge, where we started earlier this morning. We were looking over to this ridge. So now we're looking back. We're getting close to the summit here, the first climb. It does get a little steeper towards the end. Right now, this is about 8%. There was a few spots behind me that were, 10 or 11%, 12%. All right, so we finally made it to the top of the first climb. It's now 1 o'clock. We are into it 3 hours and 20 minutes. And let's see, total climbing is 6,200 feet. Okay, so you come down the hill over there and then you cross that big bridge. And now you go up this steep climb. Garmin says 15%. So, 13. Anyway, it's a wide open road, so it feels a lot steeper than it looks. Okay, so we're just approaching the top of the final Skaggs climb. It's 4 hours, 7 minutes. I'll show that here in a second. And we're about 8,000 feet of climbing so far. Okay, here's the Garmin. So we're at 4 hours, 8 minutes. We're now going downhill here. We have 8,082 feet of climbing on our Garmin here. And then we drop way down into, I guess, Lake Sonoma. I don't know if you can see it. It's well, I'll try to get a viewpoint at some point here. Anyway, that's it. Now it's all downhill for the most part and flat for the rest of the way. Okay, so we're down in Dry Creek Valley. We're here to get all the climbing done. And then you just get to cruise through the vineyard. The vineyard's great, which is pretty cool. And then you get lunch, and then it's just mostly like this. At least what is a good gearing combination to be riding out here on Skaggs Springs Road? I would say nothing less than a compact, nothing bigger than a compact on the front. And I would go nothing less than 28 on the back, but if ideally you'd use a 32. You're gonna hit some gradients of 20%, and having standard gearing is just gonna beat you up. Got some cyclists over here. Hey! Everybody's having a good time when they're on their bike. I do feel sorry for the people stuck in their car.
Daddy's flown across the ocean, leaving just a memory. Snapshot in the family album.
Okay, this is the last little climb.
Daddy, what else did you leave for me?
There's Hossy on the bridge.
Daddy, what else did you leave for me? All in all, it's just another brick in the wall.
So we're now about to turn on to Austin Creek Road.
All in all, it's just another brick in the wall.
Alright, so let's see. We're with our lunch stop, we're at 7 hours 26 minutes and 90 miles, and it looks like almost 10,000 feet of climbing. I'm gonna double check that. I'm gonna double check the elevation. I don't know if that's right. It seems like it's more like 9,000, 9,500. Looks like we got a car crash. Not surprising. People drive like crazy maniacs out here. So, let's see. Hey guys, is everyone all right?
Hey, GoPro there.
I know. Wow, looks like a truck kind of took a tumble. Anyway, I hope everyone's all right. People do need to drive more reasonable out here. These roads are so dangerous, and lots of potholes. Back to Casadero. There's the music camp. There's Raymond's Bakery. Phelan Grove. Some massive redwood trees.
I don't need no arms around me. I don't need no drugs to calm me.